Hello everybody, good afternoon, good evening or good night. It's FRC again and we're back for the Formula Renault Race 1 at Nurburgring. Yes, we had qualifying of Formula 1 a week ago, and also 2 weeks ago we had Formula Renault qualifying session, so yeah, it was a huge gap between the sessions. And yes, I'm really sorry about that, because I had some issues uh, which I had to fix about the game, about the mods, like to install all the skins again. Uh, and yes, so Formula Renault is back after 2 weeks, and hopefully today we're going to have an exciting race. Your commentator today is Rus Pro, and yes, the race is going to start in 5 minutes. Let's go for the 14 laps race 1 at Nürburgring. 25% probability of rain coming today. And let's see what's going to happen. At the front row we have Michael Fraser and Dylan Abrahamian. P3 and P4 on the starting grid are Miran Evci and Heidi Genebusigo. And P5 Kirian Jimenez on MP Motorsport, a great result. P6 Georg Limonov. Uh, P7 Simon Damsgaard. Then Dan Jordansen, Mark Labokta and Jacopo Horlacher completing the top 10. P11 is Agus P, the Argentinian driver, already a race winner. Then Jorge Pavin, Gerald Di Maculangan, Kaka Boy, Jacob Miller, Senior Italiana, Kai Kittifan, Nicholas Binalla, Nathan Ormond, Logan Adams, and starting from the last row of the starting grid today are A. Galloway and Gustavo Alexandre. And looks like we're going to have some light rain um, at the end of the race. And let's see what's going to happen as we're ready for lights out at Nürburgring. let's go. 14 laps, 22 cars on the starting grid today. And who is going to win the race 1? Let's take a look at the starting lights. We have 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, and 5 lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. We go green at Nurburgring with Fraser starting from pole position, Abrahamian on second. We might have some lucks at the moment, and yes, yeah, it's kinda laggy. Abrahamian and Fraser. Then we have Busigo. Oh, and we have some crash behind. It's Damsgaard and Argo Speed starting from P11 is now in the gravel. We have 4 cars out after turn 1. That's a huge crash. And we shall take a look at the replay from the onboard camera on Horleher's car. What's happened there? Oh, he's been hit by somebody from behind, and looks like it was Augustine Speed from Motopark Academy, and then he's got hit by number 8, Kaka Boy. And yes. What's happened next?
Watch out for debris.
Kaka Boy continues the race.
Watch out for debris.
What about others? Damsgaard and Horleher. What's happened to car number 26 of MP Motorsport on the main straight? And he's been hit by, yes, it was Augustine Speed. Okay, who's next? Damsgaard, Labokta, and Speed. Replay of Damsgaard. Yes, just... Oh, that was a huge crash. Looks like his car is okay, but he's stuck on the neutral gear. And also I think I'm going to pause the stream for a bit of time because it's quite laggy at the moment, and yes, looks like the stream is very slow. Give me 5 minutes, please. Okay, hopefully it's going to be better now. And let's continue. And now it's running much better. So we have Michael Fraser on P1, then Abrahamian, FG, and Jane Busiga fighting for P3. It's still a bit laggy, but I guess it's fine. Jane makes it up into P3. And we have a lot of battles there. A battle for P10 between Galway and Alexandre. Oh goodness! And it's horrifying into the gravel, the aka Cobra Driver. Was something there? Looks like, yes, it was a non-front win by him. And what's happened next? It was his teammate, I guess. And yes, that's a huge crash. like what happened between Michael Fraser and one of his teammates at Assen. Looks like he's lost his front wing after. Oh, we also had another retirement is Kaka Boy from P9. Um, oh, and yeah, looks like he already had some problems with the car, no front wing, and yeah, that's how tick lap 1. Okay, we have Jimenez and FG fighting for P4 at the moment. Still yellow flags on 3 sections of the track. Here comes Jimenez on FG. What's going to be side by side? Also, Busiga, Brahiminian and Fraser are really close to each other, coming into the chicane, and Jimenez is ahead of his rival. Then we have Limonov, Jordanson, Milo, Kittifan, Galloway, Alexander and Dorman. 3-way battle for the 1 point. Sierra Italiana, who's collided with his teammate on P16, and we have 6 retirements after not even 1 lap after 2 sectors. Okay, here come the leaders, and Jane Busiga makes her way up into P2, overtaking the Formula Sport driver Ebrahimian. Italian is in the pits as he's lost his front wing completely. Yeah, we have a lot of cars in turn 1. Typical gunners Binala, Adams, and here comes Italiana into the pit lane. But now the battle for P1 continues between Michael Fraser and Busiga. It can be the first win for Michael. Is it really going to happen today, or is going to be the first win for Jin Busiga or somebody else? Here comes Busiga. No, Fraser is still ahead. Jimenez, FG, and Limonov fighting for P5. Looks like no more accidents after this first lap. Michael Fraser is still behind. Busiga is getting closer. Is it really laggy? Yes, it is. That's why it's so slow. I guess I can pause the race for 3 minutes again just to make it better. Because it's like it's really slow. Okay, give me some minutes again. It's because I did not have like a lot of time to test the mod. Is it going to be laggy or not? And so yes, we have yellow flag, and again it's Jacob Miller. No points for the corner and bros driver. Again, bad luck continues. And he's made a collision with Jordanson, locked up. It was a huge lockup there by all of his by 4 wheels. Oh goodness, I really hate these physics of the cars, but that's something. And now let's take a look at the onboard camera. That was crazy. I hope it's going to be our last pole in the race. Yes, again, Jacob Miller's in the wall. Italiano makes it up into P15. And Busiga takes the lead of the race. Let's take a look at the replay. What's happened there? At the main straight. Down the final corner, Jane Busiga and Michael Fraser. Two rivals for the win today. With the yellow flag on sector 3, side by side, as a formal driver and the driver for Korean Bros, for the Korean Bros, side by side, and car number 36 gets past the car number 2, and we have a new leader of the race. Also Ibrahimian P3, and Jimenez might get closer to this trio of the drivers. Evchi and Limonov are still fighting for P5. Oh, and we have Nicholas Binala! And looks like it's going to be a retirement for him in a collision with Dima Klongan. It was a dive bomb. A very dirty move. And that's a retirement for both drivers. Sierra Italiana is going to get 2 more positions, as he is quite lucky today with all these retirements. Now he has a fresh air ahead, and let's see what's going to happen to him. Meanwhile, Jimenez is even closer to this top 3, and he might have some battle with the former sport driver, the driver racing on car number 30, and it's Ibrahimian. Jacob Miller is out of the race, Nicholas Binal out of the race, and Dima Kulgan is out of the race. Jimenez trying to make a move on Ibrahimian. It does not work. Meanwhile, we have a battle behind FG and Limonov. Looks like nothing is going to happen again. Gelwo and Alexander are also pretty close to each other, P9 and P10, Kovernen and Motorsport Arena. What about others? We have Ormond on P11, Adams P12, Italian on P13, and nobody behind him. And the gap is getting bigger between Busiga and Fraser. Meanwhile, here comes Jimenez trying to make a move on Ibrahimian. He's not close enough to try to do something. So yes, meanwhile Limonov going for the dive bomb. Oh, that was really close, and they collide with FG. Luckily he continues the race, but he's down to P7. Leaving enough space to Gitifan, who gets past him, and now Miran FG is down to P8 after starting on P3. That's a disaster for him, for the Sinsam Racing driver. Alexander and Galloway completing the top 10. And nothing interesting is happening at the moment. Probably Jimenez can try to do something with Ibrahimian. He's losing a lot of time and cannot get closer to Fraser, who's got overtaken by the SL Formula driver. Here comes the MP Motorsport of Kirian Jimenez. Battle for the podium, run the inside, and it's a P3 fantastic move by Kirian. Limonov is ahead of Jordansson. Actually, talking about the Drivers' Championship and talking about our title contenders, we have our championship leader Kitifan on P7. He might take some points today. What about Jorge Pavin? Where he is? He is On P17 he's out of the race. What about Nicholas Binal? He's out of the race. Agus Speed out of the race. Uh, then we have Horley here, who is also out of the race. And the next one is Mark Labokta. And talking about Mark, looks like he's also out of the race if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm not. He's out of the race. So we have almost every title contender out of the race at the moment. Yeah, Labokta is classified on P19. What about A Galloway? And we have A on P10. Not enough to get some points. The next one is Cheryl Dimoklangan, who's collided with Nicholas Binala. And Jimenez is about to get past the British driver of Michael Fraser, as he has a fantastic pace. He started on P5, now he's already on P3. Here he comes again, run the inside, trying to make a move. No, it does not work. He's already lap 5. Side by side, and looks like Fraser is going to be ahead. Here comes Jimenez once again down the main straight. The two drivers having a battle for the second position. Meanwhile, it's already 2.3 seconds between P1 and P2. Run the inside Jimenez, and oh, they collide! And looks like he's going to be Ebrahimian up into second, and Limonov even closer to these couple of drivers, but Jimenez is still side by side with Fraser, but Fraser is ahead. Ebrahimian got lucky, and as we see, collisions into turn 1 happen quite often at Nurburgring. But Jimenez does not give up. He's trying to get past Michael Fraser once again, run the inside, and no, Michael is still ahead. And I think Kieran might get a 10-second time penalty for causing a collision with Fraser, as we've seen already on lap 6. Meanwhile, Georgi Limonov is trying to get past Kieran Jimenez as Michael Fraser is pulling away from the MP Motorsport driver. And I guess we'll have a three-way battle for the podium at the moment. Jimenez trying to make the move from the inside before this chicane, and the move does not work. Limonov is getting closer as these two drivers, Jordanson and Kitty Fan, our championship leader, who might increase his gap in the championship after this race 1. Kieran Jimenez on Michael Fraser. Again, the second lap in a row. This time Jimenez is not going for a dive bomb, but looks like he makes a mistake, and Fraser runs wide, but he does not allow Jimenez to get him past, and Jimenez is still on P4. Meanwhile, Limonov is closer, Jordanson is closer and Kitifan is closer. Yeah, that's quite an interesting battle. 4 seconds between two race leaders, Busiga and Tebrahiminian, and a 5-way battle for the podium with half of the race to go. Fraser, Jimenez, Limonov, Jordas and Kitifan, and just 13 drivers competing in this race. Italian crosses the line, starts 13th lap of the race. And yeah, welcome aboard the Fraser train. Jimenez trying to make a move again, run the inside. No, but these two drivers are losing time by doing these moves, defending and attacking each other. So maybe they are going to collide once again, who knows. But Kirian is going for a gap that exists once again. No. And Jimenez is trying to make a move once again. It's already lap 8. The second half of the race has started. No. And looks like the race is getting more boring lap by lap because there are just 13 drivers on the track and not that many battles. As we had, for example, like at Hockenheim or even at Assen, when drivers were really close to each other, but yeah, that's Assen, so it was very difficult to overtake. Fraser going left, right, trying to defend from Jimenez. And yes, Michael is still ahead somehow. Here Kira and Jimenez, they are side by side again. Into this corner, and from the inside comes Jimenez on Fraser, and he makes the move. Finally, the MP Motorsport driver is on the podium position again. Now Fraser is defending from a car with a Red Bull livery, and it's Georg Limonov behind him. Meanwhile, this group of 3 drivers is pulling away from another group of Jordas and Kitifan and probably Alexandre. I don't think I can count him in this group, but well, nothing interesting is happening at the moment. So it's time for some advertisements. Yes. You can join our Discord server by the link in the description of this video. And also there you can commentate the races at the race streams voice chat. So if you're interested at being commentator, just I don't know, just join the server. Looks like the battle for the win can happen only between Busike and Tebrahiminian, but I'm not even sure as there are 5 seconds between them and the gap increasing sector by sector. Well, Fraser is still defending from Limonov after starting from pole position. Michael has not the best pace today. Hopefully he'll do better on race 2, which is also going to happen today. Limonov trying to make a move on Fraser, it doesn't work, Jordanson getting closer to him, and now the group of 5 people is fighting for the position again, but this time for P4. Let's see which gap is between Jimenez and Ebrahimian, as in my opinion Jimenez has one of the best paces today, and looks like he was more than 1/10 of a second. Oh, and he's half of a second faster than Ebrahimian after sector 2. And looks like even the battle for the second position is going to happen today, while it's already 5.3 between uh, Busige and Ebrahimian. 5 laps remaining in this race. In this 14 laps race. And probably, in my opinion, is going to be Busige win the race. And I think we're going to listen to the Filipino anthem again. Five laps remaining. The gap between Jimenez and Ebrahimian is 3 seconds. And Jimenez was quarter of a second faster than Ebrahimian on sector 1. And he has a fantastic pace. What about... and he's even faster than the Filipino driver leading the race. Limonov still can't get closer to Michael Fraser. Meanwhile, Kitty Fan and Jordas are having a battle, changing their lines, Kitty Fan and Jordanson, and now we have 3 drivers fighting for P6 in this race. Kitty Fan does not give up, trying to make a move in this fast corner, and of course it does not work. Does not work. Alexandra on P8. And now I guess we can take a look at Busiga's onboard, as he's leading the race, but well, Kitty Fan, can he get closer to Jordanson on the at the main straight? No, he can't. And the AKA Cobra driver is going to stay on P1. Lap 11 or 14 we have race progression, and we have Alexandra who gained 14 positions in this Hautic race at Nurburgring. Also Galloway started from P21, now he's on P10, but it's not enough to get some points. And also Kitty Fan started from P17, now he's on P7 also. Great job by the championship leader, and the gap is going to be increased by 2 points. And there's 3 laps remaining. Here comes Kitty Fun on Jordanson once again. And Kitty Fan is trying to make a move on Jordanson. Jordanson is defending quite aggressively, and as a result, he keeps the position. Uh, Now about the race review, I think I can't say that the race was interesting. Because we did not have any battle for the win, like for the half of the race. And our race leader, Jane Busiga, is starting the final lap of the race. Sorry, lap 13 or 14. Yeah, my bad. And yes, looks like it's difficult to overtake, like at Assen. But looks like, yeah, the only opportunity to overtake here is to gain as many positions as possible on lap 1, turn 1. And also looks like the only overtaking spot is turn 1. Anyways, the gap between Jane Busiga and Ibrahimian is 7 seconds. Jimenez is just 1.6 seconds behind Ibrahimian, but yes, just less than 2 laps remaining. And I guess Ibrahimian is going to keep this second position. Meanwhile, Michael Fraser is still ahead of Limonov. After starting from pole position, he is on P4. And looks like he's the only one in the point zone to lose some positions. We had Jane Busiga starting from P4 and now on P1, starting the final lap of the race, coming down the final corner. Then we have Abrahamian starting from P2, then getting lucky with this collision between Jimenez and Fraser. Jimenez started P5, got a 10-second penalty for colliding with Fraser, and probably he's going to lose this podium today. Fraser probably going to take P3 after this penalty for Jimenez. And then Limonov starting P6, now P5. Jordanson starting P8, now P6. Kitty Fun gaining 10 positions, but it's not a record of gaining as many positions as possible today, as we've got Alexandre starting from P2, starting from last position, and now he's on a fantastic P8. So here comes Jane Busiga, who's about to complete the middle sector, then the final sector, and let's see what's going to happen. Brahminan P2, he must be 3, and Talking about gap between, for example, Jimenez and Alexandre, counting this 10-second time penalty, looks like Jimenez is going to be uh, on 8th position, as Alexandre has 16.7 to the leader, Jimenez 18.3 to the leader, and FG 20.8 gap to the leader. But here comes our race winner, Heidi Jane Busiga, and there is going to be the Filipina on pole today at Nurburgring. Congratulations to the SL Formula driver. Then here comes on second position Ebrahimian, Jimenez P3, but he's going to take P8 after this penalty. And here comes Michael Fraser on P4, finishing P4, and
Well
he's
done.
going to
We're in the points.
step on the podium today. Then Jordanson, Kitty Fan, Alexandra P7, then P9 we have FC, P10 Galloway, P11 Ormond, P12 Adams, and on P13 is Senior Italiana who had no challenge at all at this race. He was not even lapped today, but P13 is a nice result, I guess, for the Italian driver. Anyways, congratulations to the Filipino driver, and we're going to listen to the Filipino anthem today to Nurburgring after this race 1. And in a couple of minutes, probably 10 or 15 minutes, we're going to have race 2. Uh, Talking about the Great Order, it's also going to be an interesting race, I hope, with Ebrahimian. Our podium finisher today is going to start from pole, Kakabo second, and Horleher on P3. Okay, Heidi, Jane Busiga, Dylan Ebrahimian, Kieran Jimenez, Michael Fraser, Georgi Limonov, then Jordanson, Kei Kitifan, and Gustavo Alexandre completing the top 8 our points zone. Then Miran FG, A. Gilway, Nathan Normand, Logan Adams, Sayer Italiana, Nicholas Binalla, uh, and Gerald Dimokwangan on P15, then Jacob Miller P16, Jorge Pavin P17, then Kakaboy, Mark Labokta, Simon Damsgaard, Jakob Horleher, and August Speed, completing the race on last position. He after his retirement on lap 1. The fastest lap by Heidi Jane Busiga, of course, with Kieran Jimenez second and Kei Kitifan third. And now it's time to listen to the national anthem of Philippines. That's all for race 1. Thank you for watching and see you in 10 minutes for the race number 2 of the Formula Renault Nurburgring weekend.